common sense recap of the day's biggest stories. It's John Catsimatidis and Rita Cosby. Katz and Cosby on 77 WABC.
Everybody talking about the media cover-up and lots of details today. George Stephanopoulos says that he doesn't think Joe Biden is going to make it another 4 years. It was a stunning admission from saying to somebody when he was walking down the street. Joining us now is the great media expert, great Fox News contributor, Joe Concha. Joe, we're so happy to have you here. First off, what did you make of George Stephanopoulos saying he doesn't think Biden's going to make it another 4 years? He just spent a lot of time with him.
Well, thanks for having me. RC, JC, great initials, by the way, JC. Forget about it. Then you got John Catsimatidis, you got Joe Concha, you got Jesus Christ. I mean, we got a lot of things going on.
What about RC Cola?
All JCs are good.
Yeah, RC Cola. RC Cola. That's not bad, right?
That's still around? I have no idea.
I don't know either. Yeah.
We go off on a tangent. What's Stephanopoulos doing? You know, I'm not, exactly A-list. I'm more like B-, C+ list. I'm on Fox a lot, but that's fine. I get to appear on this station, but at the same time, if some like random dude just puts like a camera in your face from his phone and says, hey, you've been spending a lot of time with Biden, do you think you can serve another 4 years? You're Stephanopoulos. You walk away from that, right? Like, all right, this crazy person, sorry, I'm not going to talk to you. But for him to say that he doesn't think, based on that interview, that Biden can serve another 4 years, that says so much right now as far as where we are. Because, well, actually it doesn't, because 90% of the country believes right now, if you look at polls, that Joe Biden should not seek another term. Could you imagine this man in the year 2028 at age 86, whatever version of him is left, as commander-in-chief of our armed forces? This is insane. So that's the whole sell right now. If Joe Biden remains the nominee, how can he possibly say that he is the man to lead this country forward in 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, or his backup plan, Plan B, is Kamala Harris? So that's why Donald Trump right now is looking at a landslide victory because, again, he's right on the issues as far as Trump when we're talking inflation, economy, the border, energy independence, trade, crime, foreign policy. He's right on all those things. And on top of that, you expect that Trump over the next 4 years, given his energy, given the way that he's campaigning, the way he is, a happy warrior, is the guy right now for the job as he was 4 years ago, while Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, where do you go from here? It's an absolute mess, guys.
It is a mess. Joe Concha, Judge Weinberg has a question.
Good to talk to you again, Joe. Let me tell you what I'm deeply troubled about. We're talking about the leader of the free world. We're talking about our national security. We're talking about the future of America and indeed the world. And you're going to hand this over to Kamala Harris because if you vote for Biden, you're voting for Kamala Harris. How can anybody in their right mind deny that?
Exactly, Katz. And look, she has failed upwards her entire career, right? I mean, she only got to the position that she was in as far as being Attorney General of California because of her relationship with the former governor who was something like 30 years older than her. Then she runs for the Senate because, well, is she going to lose in California, which is a deep blue state? And then she runs for president in 2019. And people forget this. She dropped out before Iowa. Democratic voters rejected her en masse. And what they said was she's unlikable. She has an authenticity problem. We have zero idea what she stands for. And then she turns around and says, you know what? Actually, you're racist and you're sexist for rejecting me. But here we are. She could be installed as president without winning one vote because she wouldn't have done that if she ran as a normal candidate and actually had to get primary votes. And where does she stand on foreign policy? Where does she stand on all of these things? We do know she compared ICE to the KKK. So on immigration, we know exactly where she stands there. But that's where we are at this point. And you're right, Katz. This is a national security issue because whether we have Joe Biden or Kamala Harris in office right now, China, Iran, Russia, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, you name it, they see weakness. And when they see weakness, they will exploit that. That's why Donald Trump has to win, because at least through strength, you could deter these people. If these doesn't look like they will, then you're looking at chaos, not just in the country, but throughout the world.
Joe, where's the media been through all of this? You follow the media for the longest time. I've been in that press room many a time asking a question at the White House, and I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, they're acting like it's some epiphany now. I'm glad that they are asking the hard questions, which we have to because it is the leader of the free world. But they're acting like, something now just changed. They've been able to see it. Where's the complicity in that?
They were part of the cover-up, Brita, and now they're acting tough because the way it works is they never ask tough questions of Democrats to benefit Republicans. They ask tough questions of Democrats to benefit other Democrats. So right now, Joe Biden is a variable, right, in an equation. If you take Joe Biden out, they don't care because Joe Biden, right, at this point, he is expendable. You take him out and you insert, I don't know, Gretchen Whitmer, Gavin Newsom, Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, doesn't matter who it is. As long as the Democrat defeats Trump, they don't care who the Democrat is. So they can be tough, so to speak, on Joe Biden because they're obviously trying to save their credibility because they knew exactly what we saw. Again, this comes down to eyesight. It comes down to hearing. It comes down to basic sanity. What we've seen from this president going back to his candidacy in 2020 when he operated from a basement, that he does not have the mental fitness or capability to be a golf starter at your local golf club, let alone the president of the United States. And that's where we are. And that's why this is an absolute mess for Democrats. And they have no idea how they're going to get themselves out of this.
Joe Concha, you're a star on Fox News. You're a star on other radio shows. Thank you for coming on WABC, and thank you for your input.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe.
Oh, yeah, it's hot out there.
Hi, it's Lou Dobbs for Priority Gold, America's precious metals dealer. These are volatile times with high inflation, soaring debt, wars on multiple continents, and rising financial stress. Central banks are buying gold to diversify their reserves, so are many Americans. Call Priority Gold and find out how precious metals can help you diversify your portfolio. They're highly rated and happy to help. Call 1-866-303-6357 or get a free gold guide at PriorityGoldGuide.com. That's PriorityGoldGuide.com.